Welcome back to News Insight. Thank you for staying by. Abure's sit-tight government is what has led to the crisis in Labour Party. Accuser Nenadi Usman. He said the reason for all these issues in Labour Party is as a result of a sit-tight government by the Abure-led faction of Labour. Okafor, do you agree with that?
Yeah, there is this event that, do I call it event or something that happened in the Bible where two women were laying claim to a child, and they got to the king. The king now used wisdom, so I will divide the child, everybody will take her part. The real mother of the child say, no, let's keep the child.
No, the first one said, let's
divide it, agree.
Yes.
Then the other one said, no. Don't kill the child. Just
give it to her.
When the child is finished growing,
you will know the mother.
On that ground, both Abure, Nenadi, Otti, all of them could, but let's start from Abure, is the one in question.
Yes.
You could say, okay, for Labour Party to survive, all right, I'm hands off. Not legally, whether the convention, whether Labour Party constitution says this or that, just for Labour Party, because I've been with Labour for years.
And I
work as a national secretary. I've worked at this, that, whatever. Or is it what? I know he was one secretary. I don't know if it's national or whatever. I know he occupied a position in Labour before becoming a chairman. Because this is our party, and I want it to survive, particularly when we did so well in the last election. Let me step back. Okay, he could do that. That's on sacrificial ground. But unfortunately, you can't be the one to tell somebody what to sacrifice or what not to sacrifice. Granted, that could have solved the problem. There's no doubt about that. Okay, you don't know how to fight who is not fighting you, and there's no way of fighting who is not fighting you. These other people will now come together, get their own party chairman, and they will now match him to see whether the person will work as well as Abure. Abure has worked with Labour Party when Labour Party didn't have Obi, and they were there. They didn't decamp. Yeah. We didn't have hero story that they decamped or went to another party. They also work with him, with the party when they have Obi. So that could happen. There's no doubt about that. But whether their convention in Anambra or Abure tenure expired or Supreme Court, whatever, both sides have to look at their constitution and see
a place of concessioning.
Let this side bring their lawyer, this side bring their lawyer, since interpretation of Supreme Court judgment is getting that difficult. And I'm almost not blaming them too much again. INEC is also still studying the INEC is still studying the judgment. Okay. So that could have solved it. There's no doubt about it. Nobody can argue that.
I want you to take on the part of the other parties. The sacrifice they would have made, though it's not in focus.
Yeah.
But this is what
the sacrifice they would have made, rather.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Nenadi group.
You know, those group are they felt they've lost confidence in Abure's leadership. I don't know how much involvement Nenadi was in a car convention, but I do know that Otti was grossly involved because his commissioners were in attendance in the convention that produced Abure, and his deputy governor represented Otti himself in the convention. You understand?
Don't you think they have a sacrifice?
Personally, I don't know if she was directly involved. Now that they've lost confidence in the leadership for any reason, like I said, go through the article 13 and 14 of Labour Party Constitution. There is space for special convention.
Okay, I will come back to you. Now, this is Nenadi's view that sit-tight government, but in sit-tight government, there is what is right and there is what is wrong. For example, we said President Tinubu has a right to contest for a second term. Abure has a right to contest, and as long as it's in line with the constitution. Now, you won't call that sit-tight government. It is right. But Nenadi says sit-tight is what is causing all this issue. Do you agree with that?
I do not agree with that. What is causing their issue in Labour Party is no respect for their party's constitution, no respect for rule of law, and then personal feeling of might that me. Otherwise, look at it. You said Abure should have stepped aside.
No, I still say
okay. You said no. You said
if he chooses to, he could solve the problem.
If I am Abure, I will not choose to. Let me tell you why. He has made sacrifice, so much sacrifice in his own way when Labour Party was never recognized as a serious party in the Federation until the last election that really brought them out. We have many parties today whom people do not even know the names of the national chairmen and secretaries because there's no serious business in those parties until maybe in future. If what office is occupying, he has a legitimate right to remain there, and the other party feels he's becoming a threat to the existence or the success of the party, there are provisions in the constitution of the party they can take. They can take such actions legally. You understand? Even if you want to call for a emergency convention, that is a special convention, it has to be something that is agreed. You don't just
all right. Should we just sit down and have crisis and let Labour fizzle out? Are you suggesting that?
Well, it's not. It won't be a very good thing. But I don't not think that he also think today that him remaining the national chairman will be one reason why the Labour Party will go off.
Because that's what's happening right now.
No, but he may think that he's remaining as a national chairman, if recognized, if left, will revive the party.
Okay, all right. Let me ask you a question, sir. Now, this Labour on the platform.
Yeah.
Now, as Labour is, one of the major issues with us in this country is people doing things according to an unlawful way.
Yeah.
And that's why most of the time, people spend their life trying to protect what is right. Because if they do it today and get away with it, they will do it tomorrow.
Yeah.
Now, we've seen it in our government. We've seen it in the parties, right? That's the same thing that is happening to PDP right now. As a result of that, should we allow evil to prevail when good men fold their hands and do nothing?
See, what we call evil in Nigeria is our emotional classification of evil. If somebody likes Ninadi today and you talk about Abure's right as a Nigerian, as a Labour Party member to present himself for any election, the person will say you are evil. Now, you have cases of corruption against Abure, actually not even raised by you. It was raised by Apapa and Arabambi at that time.
That's 2024.
As at the time, Apapa and Arabambi will raise those allegations of corruption. These current people who do not want Abure say, let's go.
With Abure.
They were with Abure through the election. Do you understand? And nobody is giving Apapa any kind of credit. That time, Apapa was the mole of...
yes, because
Apapa was the mole of APC.
I'm coming. Because now, it was looking as if it was election time. So they didn't want to change the...
Yeah, so life doesn't have to go within your whims and emotion and your desire and what you want. The Labour Party constitution were written when there were no crises. When you have crisis, all of you should go back to it.
Simple.
So now, the cases of corruptions against Abure, our courts have not closed. The processes of trying or litigating corruption is not closed. Go through all that. And the last time I checked, it was still innocent until proven guilty.
By the court of law.
Said, like I said, for much sacrifice, something you lost, somebody you gave birth to. I'm giving Abure that level of credit.
Yes.
Having been with Labour when Obi was not there, they were with Labour. They didn't move to APC.
When Otti was not there.
PDP were leading. They didn't move to that. They have some credit. They deserve some honor. Yeah. Now, for the fact that he wants to preserve the party on his own, he can't be forced. There's no law saying he should do that. He could say, okay, let me give way. Even when people do not have vote of confidence in you, it is not all Labour Party members. All the chairmen of local governments are still with him. All the ward chairmen are with him. All the state chairmen are with him. So when you say some people have lost vote of confidence simply because they have elective office, Otti just joined them in 2022. Kingibe, when did she join them? So you just come into a house, suddenly you lost confidence on the old people and you don't have a way to move them. You have to appeal to him that, look at, these people do not want you again or whatever, or all of you should go back to your constitution.
Let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Why don't they want him again? Is it because of the corruption problems?
Well, they have to tell the world. What they are telling us is that he's corrupt. Okay?
But it has not been proven guilty.
He has not been proven guilty. But out of honor,
yes.
Out of honor,
yes.
When certain charges are brought before you,
yes.
and it's preventing you
yes.
from general acceptance. There's never everybody who accepts.
Never.
So you could, on your own,
like
on part of honor.
Like the way they are insulting you.
I don't know what those are children. It's fine. The engagement is fine. They are learning. You have to say what you know that in 30 years to come, what you have said is true. It's true. Not mind whether anybody is abusing you or not. They are learning. It's fine. We want them to comment.
Eli,
you see, the case in the Labour Party, as far as Abure have the 36 state government and chairman, the officials of the states with him is a very difficult crisis. Like he has rightly pointed out here, the major actors who do not want him again in Labour Party
are the elected officials.
They are just new people who just joined Labour Party. How can you come to a house that you didn't know how the foundation was being built? Let me tell you, Abure would have been long gone if the state chairman of Labour parties and other officials didn't want. He would have been long gone. It's just a vote of confidence. They will check his election. So they should trade with caution. Like he has rightly said, let them go back to their constitution. If you say this man is corrupt, you have stolen money meant for our mic and other things. Let us prove it in the court. If the court finds...
Are you publicly accusing me?
If the court finds him guilty, on that basis, a criminal cannot be in the constitution.
Or before then, on the part of honor, he chooses to step aside.
Do you see him?
But let me give you this illustration. Putting a new engine in an old body car, it may not move like a real new car,
Well, until you do that.
So they said Abure is an old engine. And he may not be able to carry the new body of the car.
Meanwhile, the Italians will
because you're using him as engine, what if Abure is an old wine?
Because they say the older the wine.
It's your idea. It's just your idea. They should go back to their constitution and leave the wine and engine theology and philosophy.
Okay, today, Okafor says, Abure, just consider so that the party will stand and see.
If he chooses.
But you're advising him.
If I'm to advise, I have to put
because you have always been an Abure man.
That's what they say. That's what they say, but it's not true. I've always been a man of the constitution. Objectivity and constitution.
Yes. And that's what people must look at.
People must learn that.
Yes.
That's all.
It's not to how they feel.
No.
Whether cold or hot.
No, sir. Like somebody was, Abure party said, and Nenadi doesn't have a card. All she needs to do, scan the card, throw it on the internet. Everyone is quiet. Simple.
She showed it on her.
They said, okay, the position National Caretaker Committee doesn't exist in the Labour Party constitution. Tell us that you will now say, okay, in Article 13 or 14 or 15 that I was quoting or blah 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 blah. Look at where National Caretaker Committee exists. You throw it on the internet. If you don't have that, you keep quiet.
We should leave emotion aside.
All
right.
This is not evening service.
Leave emotion aside. In everything you do, leave emotion aside. Yes. That's our takeaway, right?
Yes.
All right. We'll be right back.